and how careless we could be.
All day and all night, we'd stay up, it felt so right. We were so young, we were so dumb. We would get drunk and then hook up. We were okay, we were alright, staying awake till the sunrise. We were in love, couldn't stop us, like a good drug, never enough.
We'd hook up in my car, driving so far, play your guitar, you'd show me your art. Let down our guards, think with our hearts, stare at the stars, we were never apart. Drinking too young, way too much fun, out in the sun, orbit when it's gone. Took you to prom, dance to our song, dance all night long till the lights come on.
Late now, I remember everything, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. Nights, long fights, it felt right, we were alive. We would go out, we were so loud, we were so proud, we had no doubts. Weekends and weekdays, we'd spend our own way. We were careless, we were fearless, we were reckless, time was precious.
We loved to waste time, whiskey and wine, drinking all night, asleep by your side. Finally alive, we would just drive, never arrive. Our journey was live, staying out late, testing our fate, running away. We live for today, young and so bold, never get old. Screw what we're told, we can't be controlled.
Late now, I remember everything, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be. How careless we could be.
It's too late now, I remember you and me, and how careless we could be. But it's too late now.
And welcome everybody to the to the week 3 for the GCSL closed bracket, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be going into a great couple of sets of games today, just because these are going to be very evenly matched teams going up against each other. So what teams are you going to be going forward with? You're going to be asking. We are going to be watching at the very beginning Reaper no Tetsu versus Deadly Hollows. Deadly Hollows having their first game of the last 2 weeks because they were not able to make it. And at the very end, we're going to be having the very awaited matchup of Slime versus Imperium. And with me today, we are going to be joined by Sia's resident GM Pro, Acid, the support player for Imperium, and who knows how to fall into wells better than anyone else. Acid, introduce yourself.
Hello, I
Yeah,
am Pro Gamer Acid.
pro gamer Acid who loves to fall into wells. Don't worry about it.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, so pro. And also, we're gonna have another guest. You all know and love him. It is Joshua Boy. Joshua.
Hello.
Yeah, and so Josh is going to be helping me with shoutcasting, while Acid is going to retain himself for later on, where we talk about the endgame draft. So it is going to be a three-way talk between all of us, so that we can commentate over the drafts, commentate over the strategies being used, and how we are going to be doing each and every one phase. So without further ado, let us start the games initially. But first of all, we all know that we are doing the donation stuff, so it would help if all of you are able to donate so the prize pools get larger, and this will motivate Acid to try even harder, because now I think he's slacking off during the tournament, aren't you?
I'm actually not.
You
It's
are.
very hot games.
Yes,
That's very tough games yesterday.
it's against Slime, so you have to work hard, boy.
Yep.
I gotta remember. Give me 1 second. Apparently the caster volumes are a bit too low, so I'm gonna fix them up initially. Where's my volume mixer? And I'll turn this up so that you guys are a lot louder.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh my god, that scared the living hell out of me. And Josh, you seem to be fine as well. Alright.
Hi, friends.
Uh-huh. So
I'm not your friend.
Okay, man.
oh my god, the fights are starting at the caster booths. Alright. So anyways, boys, let us get into the first game sets of the day. We are going to be taken into Reaper versus Deadly Hollows. And for the very first match, we are going to be taken into the beautiful map of Stone Keep. Stone Keep being one of the most, of course, well-known maps, and also the highly played maps in this entire tournament right now. So let us get into the drafts shortly. We're going to be seeing from the side of Deadly Hallows, LKG, the professional Zen player on Tyra, Rogers going on to the Genos, Musicbot going on to Inara, Ramim, the best BK in the world, going on to Terminus, and Blaziken, the best Zen in the world, going on to Koga. From the side of Reaper no Tetsu, the usual lines up Delrox, Nasty Harambe, Hazora, Potato, and Creamy or Hekure. So this matchup very standard for the side of Team Reaper no Tetsu. There are not many things to talk about, but we have to say something very important, that they have the ROM pick going forward in this fight. ROM being one of the most overpowered champions right now and the bane of Acid's existence. Tell me, you two, what do you think of the draft?
I mean, they picked Rome into a Genos.
They
And
pick-
a Tyra. So the Tyra can cripple him with the firebomb, and Genos can lift him.
Yes, of course, but still, it really depends if the player can actually play his cards right. Because Tire Fire, they can use it early. Or if they do not use it early, then they're losing out on a lot of damage that can come through, and the Barrack can just completely shut off an entire area if the fire is not used on him. So that's another factor. And Josh, what do you say?
I think I like the fact that they have the Genos Koga, especially because like the Drogos is also going Wormjet, so they don't have. I don't think they have enough burst to do the Koga at the moment.
But
Also,
another
they
thing
pick-
to note is that they have 2-point tanks with a Genos.
So
that is also true. So we'll just have to see.
so the
But
raw
Terminus is pretty OP right now. So.
Terminus is OP. To be honest, Terminus is better as an off tag than a point tag. We all know the truth. 250
Yeah.
Decimation Blast just destroys a squishy for some reason.
Yeah. gonna be interesting.
I'm having Daddy DLS flashbacks. Never forget. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us get into the games as we speak. So, we are going to be going at the very first games right now, and let us begin. So, let us talk about the talents going through in this fight. Apparently, the talents have not been picked yet, so, okay. So, let's go through the talents as we are waiting out the start of this game. We are going to be going for the usual picks coming out from the side of Reaper, no Titsu. With Nasty Arme going for the Fortified talent, Architectonics not being that commonly used in tournament scenes just because of how good the shield talent can be. Potato going in for the Curse Revolver. We're going to be seeing some Potato level of aim coming through from Potato going onto Andro. Dalrog's going for the usual Enforcer talent, and there's not many different picks, but LK opting in for actually going for Nade Launcher Tyra instead of Triple Tyra. So the ROM has a lot of free reign right now, and he can do a lot. We're going to be watching at the ROM at the very beginning because he may just start running in soon with Potato falling dangerously low, but he can get out at the very last second as immediately the ROM just starts running into the backline. LK does fall to the hands of Potato right now. That Nara just getting pounded on by the entire side of Team Reaper no Titsu with one man down. But the point tank from the side of Team Deadly Hollows is down. Blaziken tries to get a kill straight onto the backline, but it's not going to be enough as we're going to be watching Potato miss all of his shots onto the Genos, but the Genos is still alive. Good bobbing and weaving from his end to dodge the shots coming out from our fallen angel right there. As Ramim is trying to hold strong onto this backline right now, but it's not gonna be enough as he does fall, and Team Reaper no Titsu are holding this point down very hard, and Delrox does fall into the backline, and Hazora does get caught out by the Genos grip, and it's all gonna be enough for that fight as Blaziken is now trying to move in slowly onto this backline right now. The headshots are raining in onto the barracks head. His head must be hurting from the amount of damage that he's taking, ladies and gentlemen. As the shots are raining in, Potato low at 1 health. Good dash is enough to dodge out Blaziken shots for the time being to get the heal, as Delrock does have his phone number starting to call him up right now, and he's running in onto the point trying to get the overtime touch. Does get it in at the very second, but the Cripple Inara is right there and ready to stop him at that very instant. Hazora getting peeled off perfectly as LK does die into this backline right now, but Potato not being able to confirm the damage he needs to kill off this Koga at this very last instant. The shots are still raining in as the Koga ultimate has been used to zone them out properly to take the point away from the side of Reaper no Titsu. A very nice hard point fight going out from the side of both teams, but still Team Reaper were able to hold, were not able to get back onto the point even with the massive presence that ROM has, just because Inara went with the cripple talent. So let us.
I think it's just a lot of sustain at the beginning. Like, it's kind of hard to kill the Terminus at the beginning. You can see that the Terminus was basically just running for free into the back line, and there's no one that has enough damage to deal with him.
And that is a true factor. The Dragon Punch has been used onto Ramim, and Ramim does fall, but so does Hazora. The one life has been traded for the other, but the Terminus is dead. But Blaziken not letting down this Koga, this Genos boosted Koga is just going to be running rampant on the backline right now as good peel comes out from his teammates to still hold strong onto this back end. As the damage is slowly raining down, Potato looking for blood straight onto LK, does get that kill. Good shots coming out from our fallen angel right here as one after the others. The shots are raining in, but still Blaziken is not able to confirm it, and a good reversal reset is going to let him get into the fight even harder right now. As the damage from Blaziken is still holding strong, but will it be enough is the real question. Let us move over to Zora, and Zora is just chilling onto this high ground right now, but Ramim is coming up to call on to Zora right now, as Zora is now forced to get back 282 HP as Delrox is playing the running in the 90s music in the background, and the shots are raining in as Potato does use the ultimate right there, trying to find something but does not find much. Does get the double kill though, so that is all she wrote, slowing down this fight completely. It's good flex shots coming out from his end onto Ramim to stop him out and slow him down as Delrox again starts the run, trying to find a pick right now, but he's still holding on the zone so that they cannot push in completely. The tanks are stacking onto Church right now. This may just cost Reaper quite a lot of space right here, but it's going to be enough. But still Delrox is going to fall. He does not have any cooldowns to get back out of this situation as Blaziken, being a bit too ambitious onto the Furia, tries to go 1v2 and does fall in his case. As the shots are raining down pretty well, and the zone is being held hard from the side of Potato onto this backline right now. Ramim looking for a big flank onto the back end, and then one slap and one poke from the side of Ramim is all that they need to take him down. What do you think of the strat line, and what do you think of the situation?
Like, I think that they actually the ROM is actually having a surprisingly hard time. Even if without the Tyro Firebomb, we can see that actually like the Genos lives and just the pure amount of damage that Reaper no Tetsu have, like Androxus and Drogos do a surprising amount of burst damage to this ROM. So actually if he starts running, and he can get caught out in very weird positions. So like he really has to be careful. And the thing is, if you sit back as ROM, you can't really do much as well.
You know that Rom is on the side of Reaper no Tetsu.
And also, yeah, there's just way too much sustain for the side of Deathly Hollows. Just...
No, dude, I think you're looking at wrong.
Wait.
Rom is with Andrew.
Yes, Rom is with Andrew.
Wait.
And the ultimate does come through. Okay, anyways, guys.
My bad.
As Potato's dangerously low at 1 health, the fight in Keep is just going out hard. Creepy playing with fire, but the support is still alive and kicking. Robin looking into the backline right now with placing it at the ready. Potato does go for the peel onto Creamy right there, but is not able to save her in time as she does fall at the beginning. Ramin falling dangerously low onto this backline right now. Hazor is trying to find some picks right here, ladies and gentlemen, but he's not going to be able to find it at the very beginning. Ramin holding on to the reanimate does go through, but still Potato's at the ready with a dragon punch with his name on it, and the Hexafire has tried to be used, but good target prioritization coming out from Hazor to not kill off the Terminus right there and going straight for LK, and he does fall with the Dome Shield falling in as well to get onto this point fight right now. Inara dangerously low onto this back, and the point fights are so goddamn close between both teams as the Heads of Fire has been used, ladies and gentlemen, as Potato trying to find the flick shot that he needs gets lifted out, and still Ripper no Tetsu were able to kill off the people that they need to at the very end to get this point fight. These are not clean point fights. Both teams are just fighting neck and neck for every single point they're wanting in these fights. Josh? Yes, do the analysis.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, the Berg, there's nothing much to say. The Berg just sat on point the entire time. It's basically just gonna get him off the point. And I think without the fire, it's like pretty difficult to pressure him.
And it's very difficult to pressure out the ROM, and because the ROM is just staying out of the lines of sight of the...
And also, yeah, my bad about that.
My God, Potato with the goddamn flick shots. That's my boy. Getting those flicks that he needs to get the picks. One of the shots are raining down, and Team Deathly Hollows are now sitting back in spawn. They are not allowed to get out, and Caesar still raining hell down. This girl is now getting caught out by the Inara cripple right there. A good cripple placement coming out from Music Bot right there to completely stop it out, as LK getting that double kill. But a C9 has been done, and no one got onto the point where the point tank died to Nasty Harambe. C9s exist.
I think something's just switched off in my brain. Actually, the ROM is actually pretty free right now. Like, I think they just kind of let the damage in order to kill him. Also, like, without the fire, he's just kind of running for free in the back line. They can't really do much about it. Like, yeah,
he's just running free in the back line, but how? What? I think they forgot that Barrick existed. That's C9.
The thing is, ROM can create a lot of like distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So if they focus on the ROM for too long, they'll just get the point for free.
This is causing way too much issues.
Yeah, also Potato's like very aggressive, so he can also easily capitalize on the amount of space that this ROM is.
Blaziken falling dangerously low to the backline, can no longer flank, and he does fall to Azura! Very good one rocket placement right there from our lady right here. This lady is just pounding down the damage straight onto Team Deathly Hollows, and they're just raiding back one after the next, and there's nothing that they can do. LK using his ultimate right there. The ROM ult has also been used. Hazor falling dangerously low, but is still alive. LK completely low at 1 HP, tries to go for a very hyper-aggressive play, and it does pay off onto this back-end. Potatoes at the ready with the accursed arm, and he does take them down as Blazing and Dust fall as well. Potato doing massive amounts of damage onto this backlane right now. Top damage in the game. And Andro's damage just showing how prominent it can be as Team Reaper no Titsu are just cleaning house right now. One after the next as overtime is ticking. There is no one to touch from the side of Team Deadly Hollows, as the ultimate has been used a bit too cocky at the very beginning stages, and it may be a turnaround for their team. But Barrick is still alive, Hazer is still kicking with a dome shield dropping down. Ramim still holding strong, trying to get onto the point, but the terminus is not fast enough. And
They almost threw that last cap
Yeah.
by all stacking on one and emoting.
almost did it, but still, they were very confident about what they were doing, you know. And Team Deadly Hollows were not able to take the win against Reaper no Tetsu. Really nicely done from the side of Reaper, so do the analysis.
I think just like in the last fight, right? Like it's just way too hard to take over the keep. They have Drogos and they have the Rom pick as well, and also the Furia pick. So it's with those beams coming through, it's actually like really difficult for definitely Holders to take over the keep. They just lack the burst damage, I think, to adequately deal with this Rom and this Introx pick. So they shut down the Drogos relatively well, I would say, for the amount of lack thereof hit scan that which I think they have. I don't think Tyra is good enough to shut down the Drogos, but they did do quite a good job, I would say, considering they had a pretty losing draft, I would say, from the beginning.
Their whole draft just revolved around Genos and Koga. It's
Koga.
like they drafted the Genos
Yeah,
for the
they-
Koga. But Genos doesn't do much for Tyra, Terminus, or Inara. So
yeah.
Blaziken had to carry that game super hard.
Lesgen were not able to show up, as my co-casters have said. That pretty much the drafting needs to revolve around the whole team and not just a singular person. So
It's not his fault though. Like he couldn't really do much. Like
I don't know why they picked Terminus and Inara with a Genos in the first place.
it's either go for the Terminus pick at the very beginning and take an off tank. There are a lot of off tank options open. You can go for Ashe. Ashe is very much underrated in this patch, and Ashe is still very powerful. There's a lot of things to consider.
I think it was just a multiple mistakes. I definitely always costed the game. Along with like I think not taking the fire talent also was like another crucial mistake. Like I can see like the trend of thought was like maybe I think if the ROM stops running you can just easily burst the ROM, but I just think the fire is more effective at that anyway. Also it does counter barrier to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, without further ado, that does take over the match for the very beginning stage, but hopefully Deathly Hallows can come back even stronger for this next match. So, I'm going to be setting everything up in exactly 5 minutes, so we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll see you in a bit. And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, with the second game of the day. My fellow co-casters, are you ready? That's it. Josh, are you ready?
Yes, I am here. Let's
Yes.
go for round 2. What map is it?
Okay, so we are going to be taken into the map of Serpent Beach this time around. So again, one of the more favorite maps of this tournament.
Um,
PogChamp map, of course, and hopefully some more standard drafts coming out from both teams. Or maybe something spicy, who knows? Double support, anyone, for once? And we're going to
I
be seeing
think
from the
that's gonna be
side
you.
of Deathly Hollows, LK's playing Andro, fuck you, Acid, and Rogers going on to the Genos music bot playing Ash. Ash and Khan coming out this time with the Cassie as well. What side of Deathly Hollows? And
That's the first time I've seen Ash.
Ash in this tournament is the very first time. Reaper no Titsu going in for the standard draft again. Rom, Barrick. We're going to be seeing Maeve and Potato on the Leon with the Furia heals again. Furia still healing is just way too much, way too strong. Even under the effects of COD 3, Furia can heal for so much that it's going to be a problem for this side of Deathly Hollows. And if the Rejuvenate does come online, Furia is going to be healing for exactly 600 or 500 over
I think
for every heal.
I think people pick Furia because she has lots of utility. Also, her ult is amazing, and the stun, like with with the addition of the new Lightforge card, like it reduces the cooldown of your beam every time you use your Kindle Soul. So that's actually a really good card, and it's actually causing like lots of annoyance. It's a big piece of Furia's utility, and also why she's such a great anti-flank in the game right now.
If you're just spamming out the beans every 5 seconds, does cause a lot
Yeah.
of issues for any sort of player. Doesn't matter if it's a flank, doesn't matter if it's a tank. If the Fury is able to CC you that much, and with resilience being that weak,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to hurt a lot. And I said your inputs on the draft from the side of Team Deathly Hollows. What do you think?
So the first thing I look at, once again, the ROM counters. They have Cassie, Khan, and Genos.
So three.
But I still think I prefer the draft of Reaper no Titsu.
Team Reaper no Titsu, like the problem is that Khan can counter Rom directly, but the Raw Khan needs to play it smart. Cassie is like a give or take counter. If you can stop the Rom, Cassie's a perfect counter. But if you can't stop the Rom, Cassie's a useless counter. She can't do anything to him. And Genos, it really depends if you can void grip him on time. Because Rom runs so fast at one stages, if he's not right in your face running towards you, you can't guarantee a grip always.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be very interesting to see. If they can actually stop this ROM pick from terrorizing their backline, Team Deathly Hallows have a high chance of coming back in this game and matching up the set. So without further ado, let us jump straight into the match right now, as this is going to be very interesting to see what talent picks come out on this end. So standard talent picks coming out from the side of Team Reaper no Titsu, nothing really special. And from the side of Deathly Hallows, there are some interesting factors.
I like the Fortress Breaker.
Forest Breaker is not that bad. People do give it a lot of like bad talk, but honestly, Fortress Breaker is very good if you can play it out properly. As a point tank Ash, the more I tried Fortress Breaker, the more I saw how good it can be. It's like even if you have record 3, that shield doesn't want to break unless like almost 3 people shoot it at the same time. And LK is going in for the Defiant Fist Andro without reset. Is that build proper? This is going to be very interesting to see.
Doesn't have any reset, yeah.
This is going to be very interesting to see how LK does this with the Genos Luminary buff. So without further ado, let us get into this tournament at the very start. Speed 5 Andro with Punch. It's going to be interesting to watch. We're going to be watching LK at the very beginning of this match, because I have doubts. Not like never count a team out, but maybe LK has a strategy that he wants to employ. Did he change
He has
this?
no dash distance as well, so I don't know how he's supposed to get closer. I mean, yeah.
And he's
Interesting.
now farming on the tanks to get his punch
Yeah.
damage up and running at the very beginning stages. His damage is slowly running in as Hazor is actually staying onto this front lines right now, trying to poke them out, and he does not go anywhere. Hazor does get the first initial kill and blow, and he's now keeping the backline busy. No one can come up in front as Blaziken is now completely zoned out by the damage coming in from Hazor right there, as LK is forced to back off, and from the side of Team Reaper no Titsu, they have Team Deadly Hallows on the rope as Dalroc's running in onto the backline, getting the 1v1 against the Andro right here. As the shots are ready now, no reset to save him out, but the saving grace should be enough as Potato is still doing enough damage as Dalroc's playing the Running in the 90s song, going into their backline right now, one after the next. The damage is raining in, music bot falling low, and LK does fall to the hands of our Potato. The damage is slowly raining down from the side of Blaziken, but it's not going to be enough as the tanks are completely low at 1 health, and Dalrox is just running and pounding into the backline. There are no counters, and Rogers is not looking at Dalrox to stop him out at the very last second, and another run comes out from Dalrox, and he's just able to get out. This is how strong a ROM pick is. They're spending so much time on the ROM that they're not looking at the other side of Team Reaper no Titsu. This is why ROM is such a ban out champion. You cannot let this guy go through unless you have proper CC to shut him down. Maybe if they choose a Tyra, maybe if they chose a Grover right here. All of them are very strong counters to this ROM pick. And even Stun Khan is very important, but opted for Storm of Bullets pick. So this fight is going to be going very badly, and the LK is not having the dash reset as well. He's not able to get close enough to get the kills that he needs for his team and to make the space he wants. And Delnox just fucking runs in, running in the 90s in the background. Like, what was that? As the zone is just holding strong, and Team Deathly Hallows are not able to hold their own as they're falling one after the next as the damage is way too much for them to handle as two men are down. And again, Potatoes just hitting the shots that he needs to, getting the double kill for his team, looking in for the triple, but Hazor just steals it out at the very last second. And for the side of Team Deathly Hallows, they're not looking at the ROM. He's running free. And their chances of winning this set are going down the drain as we speak. Yes, Josh. Give your analysis.
Yeah, I think as you said, the ROM pick is actually causing like lots of problems. Also, like there was this one point where Music Bot and OK were on their high ground, were on Reaper no Tetsu's high ground. Their beautiful disengage came out. They reset the fight and they came back as 5 and they just took over the point fight again. The ROM, no one is looking at him. Roger really has to be focusing attention towards this ROM, along with Blaziken. These are the two biggest ROM counters, with Romin not playing the stun talent, so they really have to be really aware of this.
And then unfortunately this comes off on the side of Rami going for a very ambitious grab right there. It does cost him at this very beginning stage as Hazor does pop out the midnight and the pinch begins from the side of Team Reaper. And one after the other, the shots are ready now with the end flame being popped as well. LK dangerously low, and Hazor does have the phone number of the Godslayer and does call him up and take him down. This kitten is going to town right now with one after the next. The shots are ready down at Dalrox, running in one after the next with a beautiful eminence lined up perfectly from our Potato Boy to take down both at the same time. But Potato does fall to the hands of Music Bot, and one after the next, the damage is raining down. But Basti Harvey doing the maximum BM possible. He walks straight in front of Music Bot, and Music Bot will fall right there, ladies and gentlemen, as the damages are falling into the backline. The tanks are the only one alive as Rami trying hard to survive under this point, but it's not gonna be enough as the damage is way too much for the side of Team Reaper no Titsu. It feels as though from the side of Team Deathly Hallows they are not positioning properly to take proper zones to stop this ROM from completely decimating them. The tanks are pushing in alone. They're not playing around the damage dealers. Khan always needs to play around the damage when they have a ROM on the enemy team. He doesn't need to make space because there's another tank to make the space for them. Khan needs to be able to stop out the ROM at all stages. And Delrox again, just pounding more damage into them. He's just running freely, and with Chronos 3 coming online soon as well, things seem dire for the side of Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, exactly right. And thing is, when you have someone like making that much space, Potato is just free firing, and that is definitely something you do not want. Like a free firing Leon and Maeve will definitely tear your team apart here, and you can see that it doesn't matter if you have high ground controls or not. Like they're just winning the fights on the ground itself just because of like how much they can't deal with this ROM. So yeah, it's
This
a
is
big
causing a
problem.
lot of issues, and Ramim does fall away from the high ground right now. A good dodge coming out from Zora, and a good bait as well to do what they need to as Music Bot is falling dangerously low. Does not have his ultimate. The BMs! The BMs! That's the Ramim with the BMs! Oh my god, this man has no freaking respect. The bully, the creamy as well. They're just popping off left, right, and center. But the support getting the double kill right now. Nasty Arme does get killed for his BM, but his team is at the ready. Onto the backline right now as Creamy, being the damage Furia that she is, pops her ultimate. The Inflame does go out, and the damages numbers are just raining in one after the next. The damages are still alive. Telrox is running hard and fast into the backline. He gives no damn. He is not gonna die. He uses his ultimate, falls off the edge, but it's gonna be enough as Team Reaper just push it in as the level of BM coming out from Reaper no Tetsu. Oh, good god.
We didn't get a Benson.
That was fun.
That was great.
Team Reaper no Tetsu knows how to go out with a bang, it seems.
Oh my god. That was a bit too much then.
There was a bit too much BM. I don't think even we ever did this much BM.
No, we don't BM. We are respectful players.
Oh my
Oh.
god. I'm done, boys. Acid, can you do some analysis of how good this match was?
I think they could have. It's not like the draft; they were outdrafted by a lot. It's just they didn't execute it right. I think.
Yes.
There's
The
no-
Khan
they-
tried to keep on making space, didn't really stop the ROM at all, free firing into the backline. There's a lot of issues on that stage. Execution, the thought was correct, but the execution was not proper, and it really did hurt the side of team. And so on the side of Team Deathly Hollows. Yeah.
In my opinion, like they could have like maybe they could have sent the Ash onto the high ground. The ROM could have played an empty ROM. Like he could have played in the backline, played a bit more defensive, just waiting for the ROM to run in. But I think what they really needed to do was collapse on Potato. Like last day Harambe was on the point the whole time. Like and every single time Music Bot tried to challenge the Barrack on the point, and it's not like I don't think Ash is a terrible tank right now, but I don't think she has the capacity to challenge Barrick in a point tank, like from a point tank standpoint. So, like, I think that they should have a more effective use of Music Bot would have just been just to collapse on the Leon. You get the Leon out of the fight, and you have just one less.
Or it's more like this.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to challenge the barrack? You don't even shoot the barrack at all. You just shield dance yourself around, and you shoot the high ground from the point. Get a good crossfire angle onto the high ground. Shoot the high ground. Both your team on the front and you on the point are just shooting the high ground, forcing them back one after the next. The barrack is just left alone. You just stop him from getting any cap time. That is what Ash is really good for. They are not using it to its full. She was not being used to her fullest potential.
Yeah,
like
Ash can't challenge Barrick on point. That's just not how it works.
And the amount of sustain that Barrack has this patch, it's even harder. And Acid, what is your input?
Maybe Ash wasn't the play after all. I don't think that because Igju went for Define Phase, but he wasn't really like he didn't have the loadout to like go in and burst them down.
Yes, of course.
If the ROM is running in the backline, that means he has one off tank to not worry about. So he has the capability to go in with the Janus Pocket to get a pick. But I didn't see him doing that.
Yes, the Andro was not able to even get into the backline. Kept on getting stopped out by Hazora, and Hazora working perfectly well to get those pincer angles for her team. And she was not missing daggers. This girl was hitting the shots that she needed to make and break it for her team. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
had to win the point quickly.
Yeah, they really needed to point the point quickly, because in a sustained fight against a Fury, you are not going to win that. Fury has way too much healing, and with the Cauterize not coming online early enough, all she wrote for the side of Deadly Hollows. So without further ado, we're going to be going into the short break, and we're going to be doing the very next set, which is, I think Acid is going to love to cast this set. Acid is going to shoutcast.
No, no.
Yes, you're going to shoutcast the next set.
Oh no.
Yes, it is gonna happen. Without further ado, we're going to be going into Slime versus Imperium. So sit tight, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a very fun match to watch. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And that was a very interesting first set of games. Oh, and that was a very interesting first set of games. Why can't I hear myself? What the what the hell? Why was I able to hear myself for a second right there? Okay, weird enough, but sure. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another few sets of games. We're going to be watching Slime versus Imperium, one of the more wanted matchups, and of course Acid is going to be shoutcasting, right Acid?
I am not actually.
You are going to shoutcast your own game. We all know the truth. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
And we are going to be going into the match immediately, and we are going to be taken into Jaguar Falls. Oh, sorry, wrong one probably. As Eric, we are going to be taken into Serpent Beach at the very beginning. Slime versus Imperium draft. This is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen on this stage. Turn up the game. Okay, I will try and turn up the game volumes after this. So, we are going to be going into the lineup for the side of Imperium. We're going to see Alex Whoosh on Berek, our professional Zin jump into the well. Going Furia Fishwab on our Maeve, the best daddy in OCE and C. Going on to Atlas, and we're going to be seeing Victor going on to Pabi. And from the side of Team Slime, again with a triple DPS composition that we all know and love them for. So at the very beginning stages, we're going to be seeing these drafts are very, very, very dangerous from both sides. As you can see from this end, like the amount of damage coming out is going to be very impressive, and how Team Imperium are going to be handling this fight. As you can see from the very beginning stages, that Team Imperium have a lot of self-sustain, but the damage coming up from Team Slime is the real question of what we can do on this fight. Acid, talk us through the draft.
the thing is, they picked Lian Xiu Khan for their solo tank. I don't think that's a really smart choice, but let's see how it plays out.
Lian Shield Khan, I honestly thought that was a joke at the very beginning, but who knows? Lillian has pulled off a lot more interesting stuff.
He went for Haven for the first buy as well.
Okay, Josh, what do you say?
Yeah, I don't know about solo tank Khan. It's a bit interesting. I can see like how they could just completely wipe them, but they have the Atlas shield, so I think the Atlas pick was very strong in this case. Like
Yeah, it's against a
they
triple
could easily
DPS
just
comp.
segment off like one or two people that are just diving the backline, and yeah, it's gonna be rough.
But Slime does have the Genos and triple DPS, and that's quite scary.
That's
Yeah.
very scary considering they have very, very, very strong DPS players. Probably one of the best DPS players in the entire region coming onto one singular team. So this is going to be interesting to watch of how we will see our acidic boy deal with both an EV and an Andro. So hopefully Acid lives up to his true name of being the best support in C. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. We're going to be watching Mr. IT Rex at the very beginning stages going up against Fishwab, and Fishwab hitting the shots that he need to. May fall out, but a good jump is enough as the Fishweave does fall to the hands of Skreely, and Skreely does come with backup at the very beginning stages, and he does fall. And Acid dangerous low onto the backline right now. May just fall as the space is being created very hard, but Skreely does fall at the very backline right there. As Team Imperium are just stacking up together, they're able to hold strong, but Acid does fall to the hands of Acapella as the shots are raining down. Wolfie is just bobbing and weaving like crazy and is able to survive to the very last second, but still the damage is raining down onto the backline right now. Acapella getting the double kill that he needs for his team to hold strong. Fishwab getting the shots he needs, but still Skreely, good headshot coming out from his side to take him down. As Skreely's shots are just raining in. This cursed revolver is honed and is powerful on point as one after the next. Slime with the triple DPS comp and the Lian shield is pulling Imperium back and still giving them a fight right here. Alex Whoosh trying to get onto the point, but it's not gonna be enough as Fishweave says hi to Skreely right there. He needs one more dagger set to confirm, and Fishweave is able to take him down, but a little bit too late, my dear Fishwab, as you I've not been able to get onto the point fight right there at the very beginning stages, and it is a hard reset coming out from the side of Team Slime.
Yeah, I think really good play there by Imperium. They lost the first fight at this time, so they recognized that the only way in order to compensate for that loss was to just take over the high ground. So that's what they did. They pushed the high ground, and with a solo tank Khan, it's really difficult to hold. But yeah, it was a really well played there by Imperium, but it's just quite unfortunate, I think, that
The raw
Slime, they
damage
just had too much mobility.
and too much
So they
raw
felt as
damage as well. And at the time fight will go on, it's gonna be even harder as Fishwab uses the midnight right now, looking for a kill on the Skrilly, not being able to find the daggers he needs to, as Lillian is just holding them back into this backline right now. Lillian just choking down Fishweave, not allowing him to go anywhere as this Ice Storm has been used as well. Fishweave not having any cooldowns right now, but Daddy DLS is at the ready to give him the space that he needs. As a good rewind comes out from our favorite Daddy right now. And he is able to save Fishweave's life so that he can live to tell a tale for another day. That's really dangerously low onto this backline, but is able to get out at the very last second with the accursed arm at the ready. Maybe looking in for an ultimate right now into this backline right there. As Skrilly's in position, waiting for the pick and waiting for the chance he can use this accursed arm, but Wolfies does have his full number calling him up as the damage coming in from this Victor onto this backline high ground as Skrilly creating massive amounts of space, but Fishweave is able to take him down as Team Slime cannot really push up properly as it is still Lian Shield Khan, so the damage cannot be done as easily on this fight.
Yeah, they also have not much sustain on that high ground against that Atlas shield, so it's a bit rough, a bit of overextension there by Skrilly. But also Fishweave at the beginning of that fight, he was a bit over aggressive at the Sundial side. It was just lots of PO coming up by Imperium. They were not able to take him down. So
it's really dangerously low, has opts to back out as DLS is able to get a kill straight onto IT Rex right there. As Daddy DLS again getting another kill straight onto Acapella. This Atlas is holding strong. He doesn't care if the damages numbers are nerfed for our boy Atlas. He's just raining down damage one after the next. The good rewind is going to be enough under this backline right now as Daddy DLS does fall at the very end, but still is able to hold strong for his team, and Team Imperium are able to hold the point with good high ground control and no mistakes being made from their end.
long poke wall there. As you can see, like the Lianqiu Khan was really struggling in that fight. Actually, like it's actually really difficult to push with a Lianqiu Khan. You really have to find the first pick. And from there, like even if you do find the first pick, you really need to snowball extremely hard. Like, Imperium have the control of the high ground, and with only two
With only two. And I think
only two characters with access to the high ground, it's like actually really difficult for them to win that high ground fight in itself. So yeah, I would say that pushing is a bit of a stretch here for Slime.
Going to be very difficult indeed for their end as the true time and space has been used, but Fishwab is able to get the kill straight onto the backline right now as IT Rex has fallen to Fishwab, and that steamroll starts from the side of Imperium as the damage is raining and Lillian misses out the ultimate as well with Wolfie's popping out the visors, getting the double kill for his team, and he's just watching and wrecking ham onto this backline right now as 48% and taking for the side of Imperium. The damage is way too much onto this back end right now. This is going to be very hard to see.
Nice aggression there. By Slime.
Nice aggression. Good aggression as well as Slime are just falling under the pressure and the amount of sustain that the side of Team Imperium have against them. As a good rewind comes out from DLS as well, and Fishweave gets the triple kill for his team. The daggers are holding true and hard onto this backline right now as Fishweave sets up his team for another very good triple kill. And this point fight is slowly moving forward. There's not really much to talk about as Team Imperium have seen that in a double flank composition as Darkness falls out from the high ground at the very beginning as he gets dismounted immediately, and the momentum does throw him off of that side. It's going to be very problematic for the side of Team Slime as they're being slowly pushed back as the initial surprise is now gone, and the damage does not matter if you are playing in a ball like that. There is no blaster on the side of Team Slime to punish the amount of clumped up compositions that they are using in this fight. And Team Slime go down 1-3 after a very, very good show at the very first fight. There's still some chance that they're gonna be able to hold this in, but things are looking dire as Team Imperium have already formed the strat they need to counteract the strategies coming out from Team Slime. Acid.
Yeah, Record 3 as well coming out from Mr. Wolf. He's gonna be counting that Khan shield a lot quicker. Like you saw in that fight, like Slime were actually holding off like relatively well, I would say, until right until Rama got he went down and for a weird reason and he basically got staggered out really super hard. So they were without support for a solid 10 seconds. Imperium just took the high ground, the wall comes up, they dive in, and there's nothing with enough burst. The Atlas is just making too much space.
Alex is making too much space, and Alex is actually going on the high ground with DLS right now. Fishwave falling dangerously low. It's forced off of the back lane right now, but still the high ground fight is being won from the side of Team Slime. Rex needs to win that fight a lot more earlier if he wants to save it for his team. Lillian falling dangerously low. The shield has finally been broken. He's in the backline corner right now, and everyone from the side of Team Slime are backing out slowly. Lillian in the corner. There is nothing to save him. He is being touched in places you don't want to see and talk about as the Khan does fall. But the Prime of Hyzalco is at the ready, and Fishweep getting the quadra kill for his team, setting up everything. IT Rex spending way too much time on Fishweep, and the high ground fight was lost as this Maeve is just tearing through everyone with 78% and taking the Lian Shield. Khan is not gonna be enough when you play at such a clumped up composition. Double tanks running in one after the next as the ultimate has been used from Lillian, but it's not gonna get a kill, ladies and gentlemen, as still Atlas's rewind exists. And another ult. What? Oh wait, Fishweep had tied to the card at the very beginning stages, but it's not gonna be enough as Daddy DLS were just able to get back onto the point with a well-timed rewind.
Yeah, it's just way too much. I think it's just a combination of individual skill from Fishweave and also the members of Imperium, along with their strategies. Like you saw that Fishweave has been winning that 1v1 every single time against Grilly along the Dow side there. So as soon as he wins that 1v1, he knows that they are trying to win the high ground fight, like the members of Slime are trying to win the high ground fight. So from there, he just dives into the backline and has free reign. There's no one that's even looking at it because of how much distraction this Atlas is causing. The Atlas takes to the high ground, and what is Khan meant to do? Khan can't contest the Atlas. If he gets low, the wall goes up, the members of Imperium go in, and there's like actually nothing that you can do. So
Acid, give us some insider information of what was going on through the comms during that time.
The first point, we lost that because Fish died early at Sundown.
Yeah.
He did not call it out, so they just wrapped around and we were forced to attack together and we just lose. But for the other caps, Fish won the right side because he was only EV. So and we won the high ground as well, so we just sandwiched them and snowballed away.
I always thought that Imperium has very interesting comms. What was the comms going out when Atlas got ulted?
Atlas got ulted?
Atlas got ulted by Khan.
Oh,
Twice.
that was a pretty like redundant.
Like,
Yeah, he actually didn't die because he threw it to Fish. And fish body blocked it and he died.
perfect.
But DLS survived.
I swear to God, that was a really nice play coming out from Fish, though. Really nicely done.
I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, Fish has too much of a small brain.
Wait, even if he didn't like body block, he threw it off the map, but he rewound back onto the map. So either way, he would have survived.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he? Yeah.
No. That's hitbox is quite low. He would have fallen into the water before he would have been able to rewind. That was a really nice play from Fish. Completely intentional, by the way. We all know that it was intentional. Fishwhip has such a massive brain. Never forget.
Yeah.
So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going into the second game very soon. I need to do something really quick. So, we're going to be taking a small break of exactly 5 to 8 minutes, and then I'm going to be coming back. So, stay tuned.
Hello. Sorry. Oh.
What?
Yep.
Five, four, three, two, one.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the possible last set of the game if Imperium does take it over Team Slime right now. And Team Imperium, as we all know, they're well known for their 4-0 Storm potential. So let us see what Acid has in store for us. So we are going to be going into the beautiful map of Jaguar Falls. In the very beginning stages, we're going to be seeing Jaguar Falls at the very start. This was apparently match 1 and I casted match 2. It was a mistake on the ID preferences I put in, so that's fine at least. So, oh, shut up, Acid. We're going to be watching Imperium going in with Alex Whoosh getting the Terminus this time around. Acid again on the Furia. Fishweave probably gonna feed on the Zin. Wolfie's going back onto the Victor, and DLS on the Khan. And from the side of Team Slime, we're going to be seeing Skrilly going back onto the Cassie, Sai going onto his one trick, Vivian, IT Rex going onto Genos, Acapella on the Makoa, and Lillian on the Burik. It's going to be very interesting to watch how this fight goes down from both teams right now. Both teams have very powerful drafts, nonetheless. And Acid, walk us through the conversation.
I don't know why Acapella was on the instead of Sai. I thought Sai was a tank player, to be honest.
Sai is a Vivian one trick.
Right.
That's a very good observation.
Sai is a Vivian one trick. Never forget that. Vivian is his main, and that is what he lives for.
um,
I mean, both
okay, I think
drafts
that
are kind of nice because they have Genos and Makoa to counter out Terminus. But Imperium does have the Zin.
And it does have Acid Dusk. Never forget. They have Acid Dusk. And they also have Fishweave on Zin, so this is going to be very difficult nonetheless.
I think Imperium do have the better draft. They do have the counter to the Vivian, which is the Terminus, and also like they have two execution ultimates, which is they have the Zin ultimate and also the Overpower from the Khan. So good balance of CC there, like the Khan just at one CC.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Family was calling for them.
Yes.
You guys talk.
We all know how annoying the Khan stun can be, and I don't know if it's really worth it to buy resilience just for that Khan stun. Lillian's what resilience just said that, but
I mean, they also have the Furia stun and the Terminus slow, so it's worth it, I think.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Furia stun is actually pretty annoying. Also, as of late.
And they have Cassie also with the big game. But it's actually kind of hard to kill Terminus because he has a Siphon.
Sorry about that. Family called me at the very last second. So anyways, the drafts has been talked about, but they still say I'm leaning towards the side of Team Slime if they play their cards right. So let us see.
The Vivian is just a wild card pick, I would say, at this point. Like, you never know what to expect.
Vivian can counter the Khan because really fast.
Also, Vivian is actually not opting for record this time around, but going for Cauterize instead. Probably a better Cauterize spreader and Cassie being a better record, but Cassie's going to be the one diving more often. Vivian's going to be a turret in the back line. So it's going to be very interesting to see of what Team Slime really does on this fight. But we can talk about the draft all you want. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us get into the match. We're going to be watching Sai at the very beginning stages of this fight right now with the turret just raining down onto this back line as we see fit as Lillian's getting onto the point right now. Fishweed falling dangerously low onto this back line. Fishweed is forced to get out the very beginning stages of this fight with Daddy Dila's getting completely collapsed onto this back line right now as the damage is raining down a bit too much as Alex Whoosh is the first one to fall for his team and Team Imperium already. One man down as Akabella still holding strong onto this backline right now. He's holding the zone down properly with Skrilly right now. So there's still time to be held with 39% and ticking for the side of Team Slime. No picks have come out other than the side for Alex Whoosh. And a good stun from coming out from Daddy DLS is probably enough to kill the McCuddles. And yes, the McCuddles does fall to there, and as Daddy DLS is slowly inching forward onto the backline, Lillian dangerously low, and Fishweave is able to get that very first pick off it, but Skrilly already in position to get that first kill. As Team Imperium are now on the back foot with Wolfies dealing massive amounts of damage, probably checking out from the damage numbers. Yes, Wolfies is topping out the damage charge as the head of the Makoa is just getting pounded on by the burst mode Victor. So damage is a bit too much. Daddy DLS at the ready. Fishweave as well coming back with 67% and ticking. So damage is way too much. It's a good prediction shot coming out from the side of Fishweave. Is all that they need, but Fishweave falling dangerously low opts to back out completely with the Yomi strike at the ready. But IT Rex goes in for a very aggressive dive to make out the zone as Vivian goes in for the initial touch right there, ladies and gentlemen, with a good hook coming out from Akabella to take out Alex Whoosh. As Wolfie's phone number has been called up. Wolfie surviving at 1 HP. One unfortunate miss from Acapella may just cost them everything with the Fury ultimate getting popped as well. Daddy DLS falling dangerously. No, and Wolfie's getting a double kill that he needs, getting a triple kill. This 1 HP Victor surviving took the dream away from Slime.
Oh, that was a bit too much W key from Sai, I would say, at the end. Like, he literally W keyed on the Fury ulted and managed to turn around on him because it was 1 HP. Very ambitious there.
Very ambitious indeed. And a good ultimate coming up from ITX to take down Wolfies right there at the very beginning stages of this push. With 1 man down already from the side of Team Slime. Fishweep looking in for the ultimate. Opts to not go for it. And just backs out right there.
Good reset here by caught by Imperium. They should be able to get out safe there. Fishweep is slightly isolated here on the side here, so...
But Acidusk is at the ready. But Acidusk is at the ready to always bail out Fishweave whenever he needs to. As a good ultimate comes out from DLS, opening up the floodgates for the side of Imperium, and they're going to run in one after the next. His DLS is still holding strong and does get pulled out by the Makoa, but he's able to survive with the rapid sustain coming out from the side of Furia with a good stun straight onto Lillian, and Daddy DLS dangerously low at 1 HP, and the turret is able to finish him off at the very last stage as Wolfie's going in for the odds, but Lillian, this Barrack has pounded out the damage right now. He is now 3rd in the damage charts above a Cassie. You can see how much value this Barrack is getting in all of these point fights.
Yeah, I don't know about that out by Wolfies. He just used it for the sake of using it, I would say. Just got 1 for 1. Also, really nice defense there. They just took over the face side and Lillian was able to control
the tanks are stacking onto mid though. This is going to cost them, and Fishweave again misses his ultimate. Let's go, boys. You guys have a chance. Fishweave missing every ult right now at this point right now. So this is going to be very intense with the reanimate and also the inflame popping out as well. The damage numbers are going to be running in onto the backline right now as the double Yomi strike does go through. Fishweave falling dangerously low onto the backline, but still everyone from the side of Team Slayer inside the corner. There is not much they can do as the damage is rated in. One good nade throw is going to end everything as Fishweave does get the double kill for his team, redeeming the fact that he missed all of his ultimates right there, ladies and gentlemen, and he has his ult once more. Akabella tries to go in for the touch. Fishweave finally getting the ult that he needs to hit Lillian on the point, and it's not gonna be enough as Team Imperium just take it away. Acid, talk us through.
It's kind of unnecessary ult from Fishweep at the end, to be honest, but it's fine.
He just wanted to redeem himself. That was a redeem.
He actually didn't miss that one. It was like it was out of range.
Oh,
Actually, no, he went between both of the tags. Both of the tags just sidestepped him and he went in between them.
Unlucky.
That was very interesting to watch. Anyways, Josh, you were saying?
the Vivian is doing a lot of damage, but I think it's kind of hard to get confirms. Yeah, I think that's just the main problem right now. They're just not confirming any of the kills. Fishbeam has run away with 1 HP more times than I can count.
As the
So,
same goes for Wolfies as well. The
same
kills
goes for
need to be
Wolfies, yeah.
confirmed right here. With a good fear, good ultimate coming out from i3. Rex right there getting a double poke chap ult right there. With Team Slime just completely steamrolling off of that initial point fight. And everyone is zoned out from the side of Team Imperium, one after the next. They're just going onto this point at the turtle. Makoko-chan is just doing the damage that he needs to do. And he's creating the space for his team with 62% with a strong zone being held. I don't think anyone can touch this point fight right now with Fishwap going in for the touch at the very beginning stages with a good ultimate coming out from Wolfies and good trigger discipline to not cancel the ult early with the movement speed is all that they need. But still Team Slime with the comeback mechanic is able to take that point fight for themselves as one good ultimate from IT Rex is all that they need to take it all.
The closer, absolutely brilliant. ITRX, they're just single-handedly winning the fight. Another all from Danny DLS. Nice. Good to see that he's just using his ultimates at free will. Just opening up the fights here, making it easier. Just 4v5 for Imperium. Right at the start.
And this is just the fights are still holding strong for the side of Team Imperium. Like, there's not much to talk about. The zones are being held properly. The points are the stack on the side of middle is a bit too much. It's a good grab coming out from Daddy DLS, using the ping to his advantage to grab Acapella off. As Fishweave is going ham onto the backline, looking for the phone number of the Genos, but good PL coming out from Sai to force Fishweave back at that very last second. Fishweave can never get the phone numbers. He's your boy after all, right? That's it. And oof, that was a good hook from Acapella, just shutting down Fishweave. And this does open the floodgates for the side of Imperium, with IT Rex the only one dead and coming back soon as the Master Writings are online, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a nice. It's good that they turned on the Zen early. The Zen was heavily overcommitted in that position. They managed to turn. But nice reset they can call that here by Imperium. Like, I really like how they, like, whenever they lose the pick, they all instantly fall back to the mixed zone of defense. They're now holding underneath the archers here, just waiting for any sort of push. Wolfies trying to find an open pick, but right into the cover again.
The full time and space has been used, but nothing has been found. As Daddy DLS just completely destroying this Makoa's soul right now. Not one hook is hitting as Daddy DLS is using his resources properly. Fishwave goes offset for a big dive, but may just cost him. But no, there's nothing to really promise him as Sai is in the backline right now. What is he doing? This man is crazy. This flank Vivian is holding strong. Forget the Cassie, forget everything else. Acid, you are low at 1 HP. There's not much that you can do as Sai makes the space for his team to push it in. Fishwave low at 1 health. Fishwave is able to kill out Screamly at the very last stage. As Sai, this freaking flanking Vivian is still alive and kicking. The flame had to be popped to hold the defensive push. But still, from the side of Team Slime, they are down multiple ultimates right now. With Acapella's one coming back very soon.
Well, that was very interesting. Alex was literally right at that connector position and the stairs position there, and then he left. As soon as he left, Sai came up the stairs and nearly killed the Fuhrer. The Fuhrer went over to face. I could have been easily capitalized with a core. I don't.
The Fuhrer surviving with 1 HP.
Yes, such a pro Acid, dude.
That Fuhrer was really good.
Yeah, that Fury is so good, right?
Very good play.
Yeah, look at his trick though.
Yes, look at the streak, the 25 streak Fury here. Who is this Acidox person? I need his autograph.
Ooh.
I need his autograph, dude.
Great.
So we're going to be watching Alex whoosh in the very beginning stages of this fight. He's trying to hold the zone against the Macaw Fish. He does get caught out of the very beginning stages, but there's no one to confirm that hook right there. As the fights are slowing down, Daddy DL is getting that first pick out on the backline. There's no one to watch into the backline as Team Slime are just collapsing onto the one corner that they have with Lillian. Their point tank dead already. The Captain running in slowly for the side of Team Imperium as the damage is raining down. Very short on that grab side, but still, Daddy DL is able to get the pick that he needs, and Makoa is not able to pop out the Ancient Rage as Fishweave is able to finish off the kill onto Lillian as well with 54% dead ticket. Everyone staggered out from the side of Team Slime. A very aggressive forward zone coming out from the side of Imperium as well. 81% and ticking. There is no way that they can touch as Team Imperium still hold their undefeated title in every single one of these games.
Wow.
Good game.
Yay. So much space they made by the Daddy DLS on the Khan. They all turn to look at the Khan movies, comes in with the oh, bang, utter collapse. They,
There wasn't any like synchronization coming out from Slime, unfortunately.
There was no synchronization at all coming out from Slime, and the pigs that Lillian always had to go on to the point. That is not how barracks should work. You can't be hyper aggressive. Look at Alex Woosh. He's not getting onto the point even. He's just ignoring the barrack completely. Maybe if
I
Alex.
think the main problem is that they picked the Genos, but they didn't pick an aggressive, if not composition, to enable the Genos. Like the Cassie was relatively quiet that whole game, but because she couldn't do much, like the Cassie is not exactly a dive character. Like she can dive, but she's not exactly like a hyper aggressive um, a character like say example like Maeve or Evie. So they had a very difficult time dealing with the Victor, and um, we all know what can happen if you leave a Victor free firing. Yeah, it's
Well,
Any hook targets for a Capella as well, because if the Victor positions properly, you won't be able to reach him. And if you hook Zin can just beat away.
then
exactly.
it has been hooked multiple times, and of course, Wolfie surviving at 1 HP so much. That was hard to watch for the side of Team Slime, and Lillian needs to position himself a bit better because he needs to be hyper aggressive with his team. The only one I saw flanking was actually Vivian.
I don't. I do think that that was like. I do think like I'll just give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll just say that that was like it wasn't like an individual play from side, but it was like a team coordination thing. Like they tried to distract so the Vivian can actually flank, but yeah, it just didn't work out. I guess say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Genos pick is very powerful to consider, but you need to have a good enough composition to back everything up. Giving up the Zin to get the Genos is not that beneficial when you think about it in the long run. Anyways,
I actually think people are overrating Genos,
yes.
but that's just me, I think.
Now, Team Slime are just built for the Genos. As you know, Genos is our bread and butter pick because they have very strong DPS players. But still, Team Imperium held strong with their
I
own
think people
comfort
like
picks.
I think people like Genos because like for the most part Genos enables compositions. So when you have an enabler like that, like people really like that. But
Like
I
for
think
the second game, they had triple DPS with Genos. They had to get picks because Lily can't survive as a Khan, but they were not able to get picks, so they just don't win.
yeah, exactly. I think it's just like too much space. Like when you give up triple DPS, you lose a lot of sustain also and presence on the map. So you really just have to find the individual 1v1 and win them.
And they were not able to hold it down properly. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude week 3 of the GCSL close bracket stages. Thank you, Acid and Josh, for stopping by onto the stream. And of course, Acid, I need your autograph, man. Professional healer. I'm proud. Anyway. Yeah,
Thank you.
anyways. And Josh, you could go fuck yourself.
Wow.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. We all love you. The community loves you, and thank you both for coming down to cast with me because it would be lonely down in the caster booth without both of
Is
you.
this an NSFW channel?
No.
Sorry. Family friendly
Good
content.
games today. Unfortunately, Fries and Ice Cream couldn't play.
Sadly, Enigma had to go away.
They yep.
They passed away.
Yeah, they passed away.
I'll look forward to next week's games.
Yeah, next week is going to be much more fun to watch and cast because next week we're hopefully going to have a special guest. And we all know and love him of being one of the best Strixes in the PPL League, Chronix. Hopefully he's going to show up for next week. So it's going to be very fun
Oh my
to
god,
watch.
Ronnie.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for stopping by for this week. And we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye friends.